Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Okay, hey guys, welcome back to our show. I'm your host, John Harkar, and I'm here today with Tony Saccaro. And we're going to talk with Tony for a little bit about his journey in business, his journey in real estate, how he developed his business from 1 to 5 deals to offering a coaching program. So we're going to cover a lot of cool stuff. Remember, guys, at Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, really all real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their business. We're providing the tools, the resources, and the community to scale the business, which helps in turn scale your life. So, Tony, man, welcome to the show.
Hey, John, thanks very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on here. I know we had some reschedules, but I'm glad we got you on. I'm excited to hear about your journey. So, why don't we start off by, telling our audience a little bit about you and, how you kind of got into real estate, your journey in business and what brought you up to today.
Yeah. So, I've always had a dream of real estate, right? Watching the TV shows, out and about on with these signs. So I decided to take a leap of faith one time and joined a group, through a certain guru, right? And I spent a lot of money doing that, right? And realized that although it was helpful now, I think, it didn't help me then, right? I thought I was gung-ho, going to do it, and realized, shoot, you know what? I can't, it's harder than I thought. Mm-hmm. So I spent all that money joining that. And then I decided, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and just, I read some things, put out some bandit signs, see what happens. So I bought 500 bandit signs, put "We Buy Houses" on there, and just started sticking them out in the road, right? Uh-huh. Let alone I got a couple calls and met my future partner, who to this day we still work together.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. So he actually said, "Hey, you have any houses?" I said, "No." He's like, "Well, when you get a house, man, let me know. I'll help you out." So, fast forward, just been hitting it hard. Learned a lot about the business, got myself another mentor, and just kind of focused and did my, have about how many deals? Maybe 50 deals under my belt since 2008. Did maybe 5 or 6 flips. Not a big fan of them right now, but trying to get more into them in the future. Like the wholesale, it's quick in and quick out, right? So, I always had that dream, being a top real estate investor and making it happen, man.
Sweet. If you've watched any of my podcasts, man, I like the backstory. I like the journey. I think there's so much just to learn in there. And in there, it's interesting. So, I asked this question to everybody. You said you've always had a dream of real estate. Was there some type of influence, some type of exposure, something you had growing up that had maybe subconsciously planted a seed of real estate?
Yeah, you grow up and you see your parents working hard, and you see two, 3 jobs, and they're just like struggling, and they're not home, and so and then you kind of see people outside, driving these nice cars, having these nice houses, and you kind of like, what do they do for a living, right? And you're like, what are you doing?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So, I've always watched these shows, millionaire listing, and then, flip this house, flip that house,
Right.
all this kind of stuff. And it's like, it can't be that easy, right? And it's not. We all know that, but they make it look so easy, right? So it's just, growing up wanting that something better for myself and my family that has really tailored me into this business. And just the more people I meet, the more my self-esteem and my spiritual grows and more towards God and kind of praying and, more and more is happening. I give more, I get more. And that's what is happening in my lifetime. So really, really love the fact that, real estate is the key to having a good, successful career.
Yeah, for sure. And I love that, you give more to get more. Have you ever read the book, The Go-Giver?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, get the book, The Go-Giver. It's by Bob Berg and John David Mann. And it just kind of the premise of it is give more in value than you receive, right? And I truly believe that. So what were you doing before real estate, before you decided to jump in?
Yeah, so I always did real estate part-time. I always worked for a corporate 500 company, right? 25 years. I was a collector. I sold phones, became a supervisor, got into leadership, and was like, this can't be it. And, I was miserable in corporate America.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't something I did. I spent 25 years doing that. And again, I did the wholesaling part-time, and I became a realtor and did all that kind of stuff. But there was just it wasn't fulfilling my heart. It wasn't fulfilling me totally. So I kind of, just went job to job. Actually worked for that company 25 years, left and said, see you later. I got to get out of here and jumped in full real estate full time. And it's been pretty good, so far. So I decided to, take what I've learned and put it into a coaching program, and try to help others do the same thing or have the same dreams I had.
That's awesome. Okay. And I like how you started part-time, right? I think a lot of people maybe sometimes jump in too early, but it helped you probably grow, a little slower, but having that comfort. So when you first went full-time, what were the struggles?
Struggles, many struggles. Time, right? I was used to corporate America, them telling me what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and what time to do it, right? So finding the time to actually not being scattered and using my tools and kind of like I was all over the place. I was making phone calls. I was out and about looking at properties. I was putting out signs. I was doing ads. I couldn't figure out how to manage my time. That was the biggest struggle because I'm doing 5 different jobs with 5 different things, right? Or more jobs, right? So trying to figure out the process and the daily duties.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Got it. Okay. And you mentioned that you had an experience with some guru and you spent a lot of money and you mentioned it was hard, something was harder than you thought. What was kind of harder than you thought? Why was that experience like not a good experience for you?
Oh, because you go to these seminars and they teach everything, right? They go, oh, you could do this, you could do that, you could do that. but you really don't know where to start. There's no one to guide you, so you're blindly going into this thing, and you're like, I can do this. It makes all sense when you're in this room with these people, but when it comes down to it, you don't know the first step. So you're trying all these different things, and it's not working. You're like, why isn't this working? I put out 100 band signs. Why isn't it working? I put out 50. I put out postcards, thousands of postcards. Why isn't it working? Or when you get a call, why aren't they saying yes to my offer? So, I missed that one piece, which was what? A mentor to actually guide you through it and have those questions to be answered. So I missed that one piece. I went so long without having a mentor to actually guide me, and it just was like a big, huge circle, hamster wheel. Yeah. Trying this, trying that, and it really did not work.
Yeah. So then you got this mentor, and he kind of straightened the things out, showed you how to really do it, and you kind of start taking off?
Yeah. So once I got that mentor, I was able to ask him, okay, how do you find a comp for this property? What do you do? Where do you look? What are investors buying it at? How much is a roof? How much is an AC? What do you got to do to get this flooring in there? How much is a contractor? Do you do it yourself or do you hire someone? So you're really getting all these answered for you. So you're checking out the box. Boom. Okay, good. I got that. I got this. I got that. And meanwhile, put a contract together, and then you're more educated. You have the knowledge in your head to talk to these sellers on. You sound like an expert. Oh, you need a new roof. You need this. You need this. It's going to cost like $50,000 to fix up. This is my offer for you, and this is the reason why. Instead of going blindly and saying, "Oh, I'll offer you $100,000 for your property," right?
Yeah. I get it. And when we talked offline, you had mentioned, you got a coaching program, and that's kind of where you're kind of guiding, towards. Did you feel the need to create the coaching program due to the fact of maybe some of your struggles in learning, and that, like you said, they tell you what to do, but they don't tell you the first step? Is that kind of why you went to, guided towards a coaching program?
Yeah. So, two reasons, right? One, because I wanted to help others felt like what I felt, the missing piece, the link. So many people, they put money into this career and they get lost, right? And they go to the investor meetings and they talk to people and they kind of figure it out, but they can't quite grasp it. So I want to give back to the community, right? And also kind of see, hey, I can help you answer the questions. I'm here for you, whatever. But two is really, helping me out as well. I want to get them, I want to help them make money. So I'm going to get not really paying me up front, but splitting deals with them. So I can keep on the journey with them and showing them what to do, how to do it, so that we both because they can see the deal happen live, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's an incredible way for someone who doesn't have the resources to be able to learn, right? And then for you, I mean, it's a way to bring deal flow and share your expertise and show them, in person how it's going. So, what is your coaching program focus on? Is it focused on wholesaling? Is it focused on? Do you touch on flipping? I mean, what type of exit strategies do you teach?
Yeah, great question. So right now we are strictly on wholesaling with a dabble of flipping if they have the funds, right? I teach them how to find the funds, but mainly it's it's in school and we have classroom and I kind of strategically teach them how to do certain things. Like for example, driving for dollars, right? What to look for, how to look for, when to go by, what to say to the homeowner if they are home, mailing letters. I have templates for letters, what to use. I have sources on what's lead generations to use, how to do an ad in Facebook, how to, what's say on a postcard. So kind of giving them step by step to actually go through the trainings, but also then have me as a resource in school to ask those questions on, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? What can I do there? So we're really touching base, both answer your question on wholesaling mainly, because that's how you get started. Once you start building that funnel or that the cash flow, then you can start looking into, okay, let's rehab the house.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Mm-hmm. What is for you that you teach? What's your main lead gen strategy, or maybe even your favorite lead gen strategy?
So it depends, right? Do I have money, or do I not? Am I poor, or do I have?
Well,
some money?
let's give it an example of both.
Okay, yeah. So, like I said, mentioned before, right? So those who are poor, who have no money, they say they're broke. I don't have a dollar, Tony, to my name. All right, then you can do some guerrilla marketing, buddy. Let's go ahead and do this. I send a video. Here's what you do. You're going to go to this neighborhood, and you're going to go down the street, and you're going to drive $4. You're going to write down the address. You're going to go on the county website. You're going to look up the name. You're going to mail a letter. You're going to put a stamp on that letter, right? And you're going to wait for the phone call, right? Now, if you have a little bit of money, right, now you do the same thing, and then you actually buy a list of inherited homes, probate, right? And you actually do the same thing mailing, but then you could skip trace, put some money towards your skip tracing system, or mail postcards. If you have a lot of money, right, then you would mail out thousands of postcards at a time. So just depending upon, where they're at in their journey and how much money they have, right?
Got it. Okay, very cool. So how many students do you currently have in your coaching program, or is it just brand new starting?
Yeah, so we launched about a month ago, and we have roughly 20 members in and out.
Awesome.
Now, some of them are working, some of them you don't hear from, right? And that's the issue with coaching, right? So I highly encourage anybody that wants to join a coaching program, put 110% into it, because you're only going to get that much out of it. Right. If you're just like lying, lily-dagging and kind of like not really interested, you're not going to get anything out of it. No one's going to give you the answers if you don't have the questions, right? So we have about 18 to 20 members. We have weekly calls. We talk about deals, mm-hmm. and I help them on every single deal that they want.
Okay. And is it strictly for people located in the St. Pete or Clearwater area of Florida, or do you have people from other states?
Yeah, right now we started in the state of Florida right now. Okay. Eventually, if we do have anybody interested in other states, we definitely can open it up. But I've only had interest in the state of Florida right now.
Okay, very cool. So are there any kind of trends you're starting to see in real estate, or you're kind of keeping an eye on things that might be coming down the pipeline, or happening in the market?
Yeah, we're seeing houses, the retail wise, right, sitting forever and ever and ever and ever, right? And no one's buying them. Why? Because what happened a couple of years ago? Everybody was just buying properties because they just saw like the color of the house, right? The houses were going so fast because interest rates were so low.
Yep.
Now the interest rates are higher. Everybody knows this, and you don't know this, get out of that rock, right? But they are just sitting forever, and sellers think their homes are worth what they were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, right? And it's not. It's really coming down to knowing the market and whether or not, saying and being honest with them and truthful, saying your house is only worth this and it needs $50,000 of work. No one wants to buy your house. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In a nicer way, but stricter. But yeah, so those are trending. I'm seeing a lot of more homes, but I love it because now they're open to negotiation, right?
Yes.
So we're seeing more and more people saying yes to our lower offers than they were, 5 years ago. So I like this market, to be honest with you. Now, as if you're a realtor, you're not going to like this market forever, right? Mm-mm. So,
no, that just means that if you're a realtor, you need to start adapting and start working with investors so you can keep your business going, man.
Exactly.
That's what it means.
Yeah. That trend really hitting hard, and we're starting to see it. So more and more deals are opening up and more people are saying yes. So I love it.
Yeah, buyer's market, man. It's starting to switch that way. What advice, man? If someone wants to get into, I mean, besides call you and train with you, if they're, what other advice would you give to someone that is getting into the business?
Find out as much as you need to know, right? There are resources out there everywhere, right? YouTube. There are investor meetings in your state called RIA, right? Real estate investment meetings. Call those bandit signs out there if you're really interested in talking to someone, right? Someone out there will know more than you, and you just call them and say, hey, you're a real estate investor? And that's how I found my partner, man. It was crazy how it just happened. There are so many resources out there, so do as much research as you possibly can, but actually don't get caught up in the research. If you find one thing, do it. Just do it. Even if you don't know what you're doing, because as the saying they say, fake it till you make it, right? I did that for a long, long time, and you have to fake it till you make it to really know what you're doing out there. And without trial and tribulations, you're not going to learn. You can read all the books you want, watch all the videos, and until you implement, you'll get nowhere.
You got to risk it to get the biscuit.
Risk it. I like that one. Yes.
You got to risk it to get the biscuit. Hey, man, I appreciate all the stuff you dropped today, man. Guys, I hope you all took some good notes at home. If there's folks that want to get in touch with you, Tony, that want to, connect, learn from you, maybe just something you talked about resonated, how do they get in touch with you the best way?
Yeah, you could have a couple of ways. So you can actually find me on Instagram at what is my Instagram? I'll click it down here below. You can look up Tony Saccaro. Buys houses, or Big Dogs Buys Houses. I'll put the link in here, and I'll share it with you. You can share it with the rest.
Yeah.
Or you can also check out my free school program. Again, no money. It is free. You can check me out. I'll also put that link in however you want to share it with the folks. Or you can just email me at TonySaccarore@gmail.com. That's TonySaccarore@gmail.com if you really want to reach out to me.
Got it. And then we'll take all that stuff and we'll put it in the show notes so that way they can get in touch with you. Guys, once again, I hope you took some good notes, man. Hope you enjoyed this show. Tony, thank you again so much for sharing all that info. And, guys, we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.